Hello everyone, today I would like to share my own English speaking journey and how I became a confident speaker. And I would also like to share the challenges that many learners face and in between they give up. I also discuss the solutions, problems. So let's begin. Let me share my own journey. As I have started my English speaking journey almost 2 years ago. And when I started, I was totally blank and I started from the scratch. However, I took the plunge and started communicating with the fellow learners. You will be surprised to know that my first conversation was a video call. After one day, I was scrolling my mobile and I came across a video. I came across a conversational video, and after watching that video, I started thinking in my mind how I can do this thing. And finally, I mailed that YouTuber, and she immediately replied within half an hour. And after that, I got to know about an application named Skype. I installed and connected with that lady. And after talking with that lady, I was really over the moon. And then I I started to talk many fellow learners. Then later I realized for better improvement, it's very crucial a proper guidance. Then I joined a beautiful platform named English Yari. There I found amazing tutors and they guided me, suggested me, advised me, and feedback also. And after getting their feedback, I started working on those areas where I was lacking. Every day, every single day, I started practicing day in and day out, step by step, in a right direction with right approach. The most significant thing was that I was very consistent with my journey. Even some days when I was not feeling to work, but I even that days also I booked sessions and talked with my favorite tutors, because discipline means working in those days when you don't feel like. I mean to say that discipline with consistency, with a proper approach and proper guidance really helps us a lot to gain fluency as well as proficiency. Whatever fluency you are observing within myself, it's all about consistent effort, persistent effort, and discipline. Now, let's talk about the challenges that many learners as well as I faced also. The first that comes in my mind is the fear of making mistakes. Yes, it's extremely true that we all have a big fear of making mistakes. And I think that is the reason many learners, they hesitate to speak, and after trying a bit, they take their steps back. So yes, we should not fear. Instead, we should take our fear and hesitation in a positive way to face the challenge. We should be ready, because as you know that whenever you will not jump into the water, you will not learn how to swim. In the same way, whenever you will not put yourself into a deeper conversation, you will not take a plunge to speak, you will not remove your fear as well as your hesitation of speaking in public and making errors. Because in my viewpoint, mistakes are the part of this journey. Without making mistakes, we can't learn not only English language, other things in life too. Making mistakes and failures are the milestones, and it's we should be ready to remove all the milestones that comes in our way. The next point is, I think, less vocabulary and idioms. In my initial days, I had a very less vocabulary and idioms, and those were also very simple words. But after joining English Yari and practicing with different tutors, I came across with massive vocabulary, a plethora of vocabulary and idioms. And also I started reading books, listening to podcasts, and other interesting things too of my choice. And day by day, I started adding new words in my dictionary. And after repeating those words every single day, I found that now I have a massive vocabulary and idioms. But at the same time, I think that using very advanced words and idioms every time is not meaningful, because it depends on the context, it depends on the situation where we are talking. Yes, we should use advanced words, but not every now and then. You should know that is important, but I think suppose you are talking one or two sentence, and in that in between you use so many words, advanced words and idioms, and the other person in front of you are unable to understand, then the conversation is totally meaningless. So it's better to use two or three, more than four idioms and vocabulary to inculcate in the conversation is well enough. And the third one that I realize is self-doubt. Self-doubt is the biggest enemy of ourselves than others. And it's really true, because when we compare ourselves with others and we find somewhere lacking, we started doubting ourselves. And when we don't see the success visible, after trying several times, we started doubting ourselves. And this is the biggest mistake we do. Instead, we should work on ourselves and towards our goal with strong determination and with persistent effort. Also, if requires, we should burn the midnight oil. And taking action in the right direction is not enough, means that is not right direction to go, and that's the reason we fail in our goal. Failure means not you are not trying your best, but failure teaches us, every steps teaches us a new technique towards our goal. The next thing is I think procrastination. Many times we procrastinate, and procrastination is also a biggest enemy of ourselves. By procrastinating and giving numerous excuses in a day, we don't take action, or we are not consistent with our practice and efforts, and we end up with failure sometimes, or not performing well, because we don't give our 100%. In my opinion, these are the areas, because of that many learners they give up. When I had started my journey, I faced all those situations and problems, hurdles that I shared with you, and based on my experiences only, I shared that these are the problems many learners also face. Now coming to the point, how we overcome from those challenges or hurdles. The first, as I told, fear of making errors. Making errors are the part of learning any language or skill. Without making errors, we can't learn and can achieve our goal easily. The next one is less vocabulary. By adding new words every day and repeating those words every second day, or if you are very passionate, you can revise all the words every day. When I say to revise, means not to mug up all the words, because here we are for spoken English, and for spoken English it's extremely crucial to repeat and revise and practice with those words in a correct context with your fellow learners, or with with your tutors, or even with yourself, because in this era practicing is a piece of cake. You have a plethora of applications, platforms. By using those platforms, you can revise, you can practice, or you can practice with yourselves also. And no need to self doubt. As I told earlier, self doubt is the biggest enemy. Better to work on those areas where we are lacking, and with sheer pertinacity, and silent determination with discipline, consistency, and commitment, and with resilient and perseverance effort, we can achieve fluency. I would also like to say that fluency means not to speaking very fast. Yes, we should have a proper pace, but not speaking very fast.